I can't see you. I can just... Hey, there we go.
Okay, my sound is working, although it's a bit too
Let me see.
loud.
Got,
That's
lights
fine.
on.
Yeah, I can hear you too.
Hey, we have light.
And better lighting.
And we have no
Great
light.
stuff.
Apparently my light needs to
I
be
think.
charged.
Oh yeah. My light is I'm still. I've got a couple of new things. I've got a new main key light, which is way better because I can just put it into the mains and then it just stays on for however long I want to keep it on. So that's a plus. So that's good. And I finally have a new webcam, which is the one that is showing now in the stream. And it's the Brio.
Nice resolution.
Yes, it's very good. It's 4K. It's not broadcasting at 4K now, but it's capable of 4K. It's the Brio from Logitech.
Okay.
And that one has it's a lot better than the one I had. I still have the problem where I can't split the feed between Skype and OBS because it will not pick two streams up. But we have fixed that with just sharing the OBS screen to the Skype viewer. So I think we are fine. And it leaves me with one of the Elgato connected cameras, which is still the old Panasonic. And I can use that as a sort of a B-roll camera.
Okay.
So anyway, after all this technical stuff, we are trying to get better. As you can all hear. But welcome. As you can see, it's only two of us, which has been... I am not sure because he has not reacted to the chat yet. Okay. But if he does, I will certainly give him a shout out. So anyway, welcome to the stream. Oscar will not. Well, I most likely will not be here in the stream because he is abroad in Germany, so he won't be able to make it. I'm pretty sure. If he tries to call in, we will get all kinds of technical problems again. But we'll we'll see what that happens. But I don't think he will. So it will be the two of us. We're planning on. Yeah, it's true. Anyway, I think we have some things we can discuss. Without Oscar and Edwin is there, so he is viewing us right now, and everything seems to be okay.
I'm just going to turn my light up.
Okay. So today we were thinking of doing a couple of things. Maybe talk a little bit about Chris's travels to the UK, and I have some progress on the diorama. There it is. So I can do that. I have also something, but I forgot to take it up, so I'll have to go and get it later. I have a Lego car that I bought, which is pretty nice, and I will just see what's there. We'll try to stick to half an hour this week.
I'll be back.
Also because
I'm just going to plug this in.
Okay, cool. So half an hour is probably what we're going to do for today's show, and hopefully somewhere in the next couple of weeks we will all be there and have some other things to show you. So anyway, maybe it's best to start with sort of the news of the week, which is probably we're not going to talk F1 again because we've done that last week extensively. Although I did see some things popping up about. Yeah. Okay, Schumacher documentary. That might be a good thing to.
That was a good documentary. I enjoyed that.
Yes. I did the same.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It made me cry.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like that.
It seems so unfair that he was. It was a skiing accident. I mean, that's ridiculous. If he'd been. If this had happened as a racing accident or on a motorbike or skydiving, but a skiing accident.
Yeah. It's true. That's how life sometimes. Yeah, it is unfair, and it's really weird how life throws you curveballs like that. Yeah. I did see that he obviously. Well, yes, true. On the other hand, I saw that he was skydiving all the time. He was doing a lot of. Something is wrong with the audio and video sync on my side now, so I'll have to see if I can fix that. That's a new problem. which I can maybe try and solve live.
Oh no!
I will try. Oh yeah, that's okay. I'll just try. Pulse mic. I'll make that 0 and see if that solves the problem. Probably not, but I can try. Anyway, so he was doing a lot of dangerous sports next to F1, obviously. But if he had sort of crashed in F1, it would have been sort of almost logical. But it was really, really harsh that he did that. Well, a couple of things that for me were things that sort of stood out is that. And I knew in the back of my mind, but it really showed that he was, like most top drivers, very competitive up to the point of stupidity sometimes on the track, where he was just.
Well, that was interesting because there was a section of that documentary where they showed the crash between him and Damon Hill, I think.
Yeah.
Where he went round the inside of the corner and popped Damon Hill up and then sort of rolled the car.
Yeah.
And then kept going. And he got a race suspension for that.
Yes. Exactly.
And I thought that's exactly what Lewis Hamilton did.
Yeah.
And didn't get a race suspension for it.
Yeah.
In fact, Lewis's crash on Max was far worse than that.
Yeah.
So it's
I agree. Yeah, I agree. It's well, we have established the fact that these penalties and how people are punished is completely at random, at least because there's no connection and no it's just weird. And I saw some animations of the racing lines of the last accident, and then you have to say that whether Max could have avoided a crash, true. But Hamilton could have also avoided a crash the last time, and they both chose not to do that because they're racing hard. So this is for me the exact example of a racing accident, which I thought before. This if there is something like a racing accident or incident, this is it.
Spa was it.
This is it because this is exactly what a racing incident is, and apparently they don't think so.
There should have been penalties on both sides, or no penalties at all.
Exactly. Or a warning or something like that. But so that's really weird. And a lot of people agree with what we are now saying. But apparently that's all bullshit because it's happened and that's the way it is. So now we'll see what happens in Russia Sunday, which is a whole other story because that might be difficult for Red Bull, but we'll see. We'll see.
Again, for anyone that's watching this for the first time, this channel has no Formula One bias at all.
No, not at all. No, it's
we treat all Formula One drivers with the same amount of respect.
To be obviously, I mean people have their opinions and we have our opinions, but I try and sort of look at other people and other people that sort of know what they're talking about, also old racing drivers and stuff, and they're also very divided on it. Although most of them say Max should not have been punished for this. That's the general idea of what most
Spa
people...
was definitely a racing incident. That should have been left alone.
Yes.
Because when it happened, we were watching the replay because we couldn't see it live when we were on vacation, so we watched the replay.
Monza we're talking about, yeah.
And when the accident happened, Paula and I just looked at each other and went, "What?"
Yeah.
How did he get his car on top?
Yeah.
And the one thing that was really obvious was this is now I think the third crash where the halo has proved its usefulness.
Well, that's obviously that could have been 3 badly wounded or even dead people there. Especially with we all know the Grosjean accident, and this thing is really worth a lot. So yes, that's a proven thing. But then
it's weird when you watch the Schumacher documentary and you see the really old cars. Does it make your skin crawl that they were just?
Yeah, it's amazing.
The very old cars, the sides of the cockpit were sort of down here.
Yeah.
So when they went into the corners, their heads were doing this. They had no support here. They had no hands device.
No, true.
And they had no halo. And you look at the old cars, and it's like, how did they not kill more people?
Yeah, true. Exactly true, and it's not weird, not strange at all that some of the drivers died, because it's just completely. Yeah. If you crashed, you had just a 50-50 chance of surviving it, probably. So
did you watch the San Marino Grand Prix in '94? Do you remember watching that?
Yeah, live? Yeah. That was, and
three people died that weekend, which was horrible because there was the Ratzenberger who died in the practice or qualifying.
Yeah.
And then there was the two people in the crowd that died on the race start, where the car at the back ran into the car at the front and the wheel went off into the crowd.
Yeah.
And then there was Ayrton Senna when they restarted the race again. And it was like that has to have been a low mark in Formula One.
Yeah, I agree. And maybe that has also created a lot of extra thought about safety. And looking at that,
on the wheels.
You
don't often see a crash now where the wheel comes off.
No,
completely.
Exactly. So that's been fixed most of the time. And if it comes off, most of the force has already been taken out of it. So then it comes off all the way at the end, and it doesn't roll or bump that far. So that's a good thing. What's also amazing to me is that you see some crashes where you think, oh my God, this driver is certainly dead, and they didn't have a scratch or not many. Yeah. And Senna's accident was really. Well, it was high G-force, but it didn't look like a particularly bad accident. And I think he was just unlucky that
straightened up.
Yeah.
It was just because he was in the corner, and you could see from the camera, like as soon as his car straightened up, it just snapped like that.
Yeah.
And you just knew that was going to be bad.
Yeah.
And then it was the same with Schumacher when he was driving for Ferrari in Silverstone.
Yeah.
And he just didn't turn right.
No, he just straight in the
And you can trace the changes in Formula One safety to some of those accidents. So like the accident where the front wheel just shot off the car. That was when they changed and introduced tethers the next year.
Yeah.
The one where he went straight through the gravel trap in Silverstone and went into the wall nose first. That was when they started to change the regulation about put more runoff area and less gravel, so that the cars have a chance to grip and slow down and turn.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see these old accidents and see how they influenced Formula One.
Yeah. No, agreed. So it's a lot safer now. And in a way, what you see now is that because it's so safe, or much safer, is that they're taking more risks probably, in a way. So that's happening. Yeah. Another thing that really is something that we have to keep in mind is that the fact that Max's car ended up on top of Hamilton's car was a complete that. I mean, they just bumped their wheels, and that has happened about 50 times over the last couple of years, and people just either they spin out, or they just get a bump and they go on, or maybe worst case they get a flat tire or something like that. But you rarely see that they grip in a way that they really get, tossed up in the air that. I think there was Button in Monaco a couple of years ago when he had when he drove another car from another driver who was sick, and he went sideways in Monaco. That's the last time.
That was it. It was because of the sideways force that Max had in the corner.
Yeah.
When the wheels touched and he just rode up, the sideways force was what sort of flipped the car over the top.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it was fortunate that it was a low-speed corner, because if that had happened at a high-speed corner, that would have been an airplane crash.
That would have been bad. But maybe
someone would have been in the air.
You could also say, you don't know, because in a high-speed corner, the way the forces might have been slightly different, and he wouldn't maybe not have gone up in the air because of other forces, or if the spins faster, maybe it wouldn't grip as fast and it would just bump off easily. I don't know, but you can never tell.
Look at Hamilton and Max in Silverstone.
Yeah,
that was the same thing. When he hit the car, the back wheels touched, and that's what flipped out Max's car, and then it straightened and went out of the corner, and he was done.
Of course, Hamilton hit Max's rear wheel with his front wheel, which is completely different from what happened now, but then only you get 10 seconds, so that's still weird. But but to come back on the... Sorry?
Do you remember Johnny Herbert's crash in... I can't remember which race it was now. I think it might have been Monaco. Oh, no. It was one of the Italian tracks. But like 8 or 10 years ago, maybe longer, Johnny Herbert was racing, and he went up and completely over the top of the car in front. and his car rolled and landed on the roll hoop and then just into the gravel on the outside of the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. As soon as those open wheels touch, the force is flicking something up because of the spinning wheels.
That's what happens. But to cut back to the documentary, I think, I mean, all race fans should see it, obviously, and they probably have, because it's already in the top 10, a Netflix top 10 or something. It's just, I've seen something like that about Lauda, which is really, really good too. And a couple of other drives, Senna, obviously. And this is just one in that row, and it's really interesting because it does bring up some new information. Or maybe it's information that you sort of know but didn't know exactly, and now it's all compacted into that 1 or 2 hours. I think it's about 2 hours of documentary
about him being a Capricorn and never being wrong.
Yeah.
When he was talking to Mika Hakkinen, and Mika Hakkinen said, you know, have you ever stopped for a minute to think that you might be wrong? And Michael Schumacher sort of went, no.
I've never been wrong as far as I know. But it makes it easier if you are a champion to just be that way, probably, because if you start doubting, you're nowhere. And that's what the point that I was trying to make. I think when we started the discussion is, I think that there is something in all these champions. If you look at Senna, who did really stubborn and maybe even stupid things just because he could not lose. You know, he would rather crash than lose. And the same it was true certainly in those years with those early years with Ferrari. For Schumacher, the same is true for Hamilton now. But now Hamilton, we haven't seen it so much because he has never been in the position that somebody was so close to him that he could challenge him.
Exactly. He's never been properly challenged.
And because he's properly challenged now, the same thing surfaces on Hamilton's behavior, which is logical.
Vettel was the same way for a couple of years.
Yeah, Vettel was the same way for a couple of years, and Max has that same trait. Let's be honest. Yeah. And I think so. In a way, it shows that those are the drivers that are championship material. But
what you're saying is they're all assholes.
They're all assholes. I think so, yes. But you have to be. Probably the same as you know, big tycoons with billions of, you know, the Jeff Bezoses, the, you know, guys that are really at the top of whatever sport or business. They have to sort of be a little bit weird and have to be, I don't know, part sociopath or whatever, just to be able to cope with the whole thing. But anyway, it was a really great documentary, and we both, you know, enjoyed it thoroughly, and also were very touched by a lot of things that happened, obviously. Put together well.
So why don't you leave me alone with the internet for a minute and go and get your Supra?
I will.
So this is the ongoing saga of the small Lego cars, the Lego Speed Racers. You've seen some on the show before. I've shown you the Audi and the Nissan. And this week I got a WhatsApp from Paul, and Paul said to me, I've done a thing. And in our world, when you get a text from a friend that says, I've done a thing, that's code for I've spent money. And never mind that.
There I am.
And when someone says, I've done a thing, it means I've spent money. And in Paul's case, he'd spent money on a Lego Speed Racer. And the one that he chose was
the
Supra.
The Supra. It's really
they're fun cars to build, aren't they? These little ones.
They are really really great cars to build. Let me see and swap over to this camera for a bit. See if I can make it a little bit. Yeah. So it's. Let's see if we have sound. Does Chris have sound?
I'm still here.
Yeah, you're there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If I switch scenes, well, I don't bother you with the technologies. Anyway, so I on Saturday I really had a craving to do Lego. I just needed something, and And there are so many things that I like that cost hundreds of euros. I think, well, I'm not gonna do that. So I took Giorgio into one of the toy stores, and they have a lot of Lego and all kinds of other stuff too. But and then I started to look at Lego, and I saw this one, Speed Champion. They had the Audi too, the one that you have, the rally, which was great too. I thought I'd take that one, and then I saw this, and I thought, well, me being a Toyota Lexus fan and Supra, and I think I just need this in my life right now. So I bought this one, and there was a lot of other small car for Giorgio. So we went home and started building. I've got a live video. I wanted to go live on Giorgio's channel, but there's this really annoying thing with YouTube. If you go live for the first time, when you start up, you have to wait 24 hours. So you cannot go live right away. Well, you can the second time, but not if you go live the first time. So anyway, I taped it, so they'll probably be on the channel later. So there we are.
I'm noticing some common things. So they're using the same wheels.
Yeah, there's.
And then this piece around here for the fender, the same piece on the Supra, just a different color. Yeah.
The wheels are actually they're inserts, so it's like hubcaps, and you can choose two different ones. So
that's right. Yeah, they have like 11 spokes and 5 spokes.
Yeah. Well, this is somewhere in between.
This one uses the 5. I think I used the 11 spokes on the Audi.
Yeah. So anyway, I started building it, and for a simple model, which it obviously is, it's amazing. First of all, how they managed to grasp the basic shape of the thing. I really think they did a good job again on this one. Also,
so few bricks. It's recognizable as a Supra, especially the back again.
The back is it's amazing, and it's so rough. It's like, how can they even? I really and then there are a couple of stickers on it, obviously, but that really makes a difference, obviously, because the middle part, like the diffuser, is a printed part on the back.
Yeah.
But the Supra and Toyota logos are stickers.
That seems to be a common theme on the 3 that I've built. There's normally 2 printed parts, and then the rest are stickers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I thoroughly enjoyed building it. Let's see if I can put it like this.
I see more of these in your future.
Oh, everything falls down now. Yes. Because it's fun for, I don't know, an hour, 2 hours of build. It's really, there's a lot of, it's really massive. That's another thing. I mean, it's filled with bricks. So it's heavy for its size. And it's really sturdy. So that's another thing. And I enjoyed it, and I love it, and I could recommend it to anyone to start sort of getting all of these. Because they are so great.
I built 3. I still have 3 more to build.
Yes. Yeah. It's great. Everything's great about it, and I loved it. So I had a really nice Saturday afternoon with Giorgio. He was building another car, and we just, it's so relaxing to me. It's like, I don't know.
It's nice because it's low stress. It gives your mind something to do, and it's not a build that's going to take 2 or 3 days.
Exactly. And you don't have, exactly. So it's going to be finished way too soon because you keep wanting to do this. You keep wanting to do this for longer. But on the other hand, for it's 18 euros here. So that's,
it's almost an impulse buy.
Yeah. You just, so I'm definitely getting more.
You don't have to think about it. You see it and you're like 15 euros, 18 euros. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, let's just do it. And
I mean, as opposed to like the full-size Mustang where it's 160, 170, 200 euros, you're like, that's not an impulse buy anymore. No. That's something you have to think about.
Yeah, exactly. And then there are,
of course, if you buy 10 of the Speed Champions, you've just spent 200 euros.
Yes, I know, and that's
just in much smaller chunks.
Yeah, it is psychology for the most part, but then again, it's easier because these things are all great, and you can just buy all of them in the end, and of course spend 200 euros or something. But the thing is that
going to get your money
if you
anyway.
and for this, I mean, it's worth it. I really think it's worth it, and probably the bigger kits are worth it too. But it's more difficult to make the decision because they're kits of 2, 3, even 500 or 600 euros. And you want them all, really. And then you have to sort of choose what you're going to do. So where am I going to spend this 200 or 300 euros now? And it's just like a threshold to really do that. And the threshold for this is just very low. You just think, this is great. I want to build something.
For the more expensive kits, you have kind of the build-up of, okay, I'm going to spend 200 euros.
Yeah.
Which kit do I really want?
Exactly.
Do I want to buy it this weekend, or do I want to wait a couple of weeks? And then you start reading reviews and looking at videos.
Exactly. Yes.
It builds a little bit of excitement. And then when you finally get it, you're like, okay, I'm going to set aside 2 days.
Yeah.
And spend a little bit of time on each day doing, step 1 and step 2 and doing all the things. Yeah. So whereas with these speed races, you buy it and you're done in the afternoon, and it's like a
exactly
a quick fix of Lego that's cheap.
Exactly, and you can just do it in a way. I mean, certainly with the shops nearby. I mean, if you order it, it's different. But if you think, oh my God, I've got some time on my hands, I'm a bit stressed out, I want to relax. I really want to build some Lego now. You just go to the shop, get it, and build it in the same afternoon, which is a great thing to do. So, again, recommend it to anyone. There are a lot of cars. On the boxes, I don't think they're all that great. I mean, the Supra sort of stood out to me, as does the Audi. Some of the McLarens, but then again, with the McLaren stuff, I'm not a big fan of the real car too. It's like I don't know. But in the end, I'll probably get those two. But the GTR that you've got and the Audi, those are really, really great cars. They look good too, so they'll probably.
I'll try and get another. I think I'll try and do the Ferrari next, and then I'll have that for next week's show.
Cool. Let's do that. Okay, so that was.
We have 5 minutes. Do you have your diorama?
Yeah. Yay! Okay, so.
I like the petrol cans.
The petrol cans are cool, aren't they? Let's see if I can put it a little bit more. Wait, I'll take it in. I'll take it in the hand. I'll just do it like this. So
I like the metal wear on the petrol cans. Those red cans look great.
And the red cans look cool, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the red cans are resin parts, which I did. I first did a layer of like silver. Then I did a like a gloss layer to fix it. Then I did the hairspray. And then I did the red paint, and I wetted it a little bit, and then I started scraping the things and make it look like used stuff. So they came out pretty good. Also, a little bit of the grass tufts and stuff makes it a little bit more lively, and obviously the oil drums.
That's around the bottom. I like the dirt.
Yeah, a little bit of dirt and stuff, So I thought in the end it came out great. Another thing that I spent some time on is the flag. What I did here is I actually was able to buy some printable like cotton or linen sheets. And the thing is, it's A4 size or legal or whatever. It's about A4 size paper. And for just one flag, you're not going to print the whole thing. So I thought about a lot of sizes and flags and stuff. So I had a sheet full of flags and all kinds of other things that I printed in one go. And it came out pretty good. The only sort of problem that I had was getting it to... because it's two-sided, obviously. So you fold it...
Trying to line the prints up.
Yeah, you fold it together and then you have to make sure that the glue doesn't come through and that because it's printed with ink yet, so you don't want to have the ink, But it was very very nice in the end. And another thing that I did, I'm gonna try and show that, is I have a case for it.
Careful.
Yeah. Probably. I don't know. Maybe it's now a little bit too shiny.
The wheel just came off. The strut just came off the side of the plane.
Oh well, we can. Oh yeah. Oh well, that's because of the. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll fix that. But see if I can make some more.
The background.
Yeah, that's my point. I try to find a background that sort of fits to the thing. So it's
very nice.
It's okay, is it? Yeah. Yeah. So in the end, I'm happy with it, and I'll call it finished.
You fix the wheel.
Yeah, I'll fix the wheel. You know, these things when you move it, it'll break. But no, so that's fine. So that's the diorama. Finally, we've got the finished product. So I'll fix that. I'll fix the strut, whatever happened there, and see what happened. And then
when you put the box down, it touched the wing.
Yeah, I know. It's on the edge, and then it broke. I'll fix that. That's an easy fix. Then I'll make some pictures and put it on whatever, Facebook or internet or whatever, and then it's done. Then I can go to my next one. So yeah. Well, we I think you have a meeting or you need to go. Yeah. So we'll leave it here. Maybe next week we can talk a little bit more about your travels and some other things that we might discuss, and hopefully Oscar will be there too.
There is another plan. So on November the 4th, it looks like America is going to start letting European tourists in, and from what I read, Holland is going to reciprocate and let people from America in again.
Great stuff. Yeah,
we might still be able to do a show where I'm with you.
Yes, we will definitely do that.
November.
Yeah, but that's fine. We will just definitely do that, and I will be together in some site and be. Yeah, you know, I think we should have Oscar here too. Just get together, all the three of us in one room, and then just do a show 1 or 2 hours or however long we think it's like a special, where we just sit together, drink beers, and have fun. So
I like the idea of that. We can just steadily get more and more drunk live on YouTube.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's do that. So anyway, thanks for watching again. Edwin says top diorama. That's cool. Good to hear. Thank you, Edwin. And everybody, thanks for watching. Next week we'll be back. We don't know in which form.
We should have 3 of us. We don't know what the topic is, but there's a Formula 1 race between now and then, so we'll continue our unbiased coverage of Max.
Exactly.